Alrighty everyone, today I'm off for my first ride over 3 hours and 4 hours in 2 months, and you're coming too. I'm supposed to be in Spain right now, but due to unfortunate circumstances that you could probably work out, I'm not. So I guess you could say this is almost like a tribute ride, because instead of travelling the 18,000 kilometres to Barcelona, I'm travelling 120 kilometres to Balclutha. It's a handier location anyway, but I guess I'll still get there with the same feeling of tiredness and needing to stretch the legs. So I guess it all evens out really. I've even had porridge for breakfast, so that tells you that this is going to be serious business. So without further ado and chat, I better go and get a wriggle on and get started out there on my bike, because I've got a schedule to meet. I better get cracking. So this is my outfit of the day. We have a Canyon Aero jersey, Aero spec, a vest, which I'm still undecided whether or not I will wear it. Might be a little bit too warm for that. Arm warmers, always good to have. Just a lightweight base layer, just because it feels nice to have one on. Canyon sports bra, Canyon socks. Oh, mismatched, I've just realised, so maybe I fix that one up. And then some cargo shorts, because I find them really good to wear on gravel rides. You've got a few extra things that you might like to carry, and my heart rate monitor as well. I just did a very rapid speed stretch and activation. Get the muscles firing and the body nicely loosened up before I hit the road. Although I do have 4 hours for that to happen, but just more about injury prevention, making sure that my knee, that's been a bit niggly, is all hunky-dory this time. In case you were wondering why I'm riding one way to Balclutha, it's because my mum, Rachel, she was in the last video, she is working down there today. So I am going to meet her when she finishes working down there at like 2 o'clock or so. So by leaving at 8:15, I really have an ample amount of time in Balclutha. Hopefully we can find a nice cafe, have some lunch down there. I predict it might be maximum 4.5 hours of riding time. And I'll also have a killer tailwind. Got my bottles, some dinosaurs, gel, bumper, a little sandwich I made. Oh, how am I gonna lay everything out? All right, I'm out of the house now. Just going to grab my bike and then we're off. We're on the road now. I'm feeling quite pleased that I've worn my vest. 4 minutes in, it's a bit nippy out there today. Almost feel like I need a snood around my cheeks. It's a bit fresh on the face right now. I'm just over 30 minutes into the ride now. I'm out on the coast road between Tyremouth and Brighton. The first 40 to 50k of the route is just on the seal. I could have made it longer and then actually included some more gravel, but I didn't want to get ahead of myself. I didn't want to overestimate my current abilities. Sticking to something that seems reasonably achievable. I basically stay on the coast the whole way down to the Clutha river mouth, and then I'll go inland 10 kilometres or so to Balclutha. I've done this section of road to Tyremouth plenty of times, but I haven't done any of the gravel that comes afterwards. And I've heard it's supposed to be one of the best gravel rides that you can do around here. It's quite a cold, overcast day today. The sun hasn't decided to come out yet, but one thing in my favour is that it's forecasted for strong northeasterly winds, and I'm heading in the opposite direction. So I've been making good progress so far, getting along at a good speed, getting pushed along quite nicely. I'm going to concentrate on the pedaling now, but I'll catch up with you in a bit. Not my flag, but it's certainly flapping in the direction that we want. Yahoo! Making good progress, as you can see on my tiny minuscule Garmin. Just heading up the first proper climb of the day, and once we get to the top, we hit the first of the gravel. Not a bad view from up here either. There we go. Steep old berg, this one. Okay, this is so nice with the native bush, the constantly rolling road, tailwind. Not gonna lie, I'm really liking this. Just up ahead is the only car I have seen in an hour. It's eerily quiet out here, but it's nice to see some of the signs of human life. I have reached a junction, and this is actually the first time that I have stopped. So I've come from Akatori Road, the 23 kilometres from Taieri Mouth. Now I'm going to head down Glen Leedy Road towards Bull Creek, but I think I make a turn off before I get to the creek. Which, as an aside, is supposed to be a really nice beach. So it's a shame I'm not visiting that, but I need to conserve my energy. No unnecessary detours today. I'm just following my nose really when it comes to directions for this ride. I know the rough area, but these are forestry roads and there are quite a few of them, and I haven't been here before. So I have a rough idea of the roads I should be heading down, and I also have a list on my phone with the directions, because unfortunately my little Garmin doesn't have map functions, so I can't put a GPX route on there. Some grippy grab. Oh my gosh. This is our turn. Coal Gully Road. As I was saying before some dicey loose gravel interrupted me, I don't have a map, which is quite foreign territory for me these days. I feel like I'm missing something. I never used to have a map on my Garmin. I didn't know the function really existed. But once I learned how to, I'd ride with the GPX file almost every day. So I'm really getting back to the navigational basics today. All we need to see. Glad I wasn't climbing up there. Now we make the turn to Toko Mouth. Uh-oh, that's not what we want to see. There's the culprit for all this slipping and sliding. Old mate Grader. I just headed inland for a bit, so now I'm heading out to the coast. It's bloody slow going, and the wind isn't really in my favour at this point in time. In combination with the rough road, I'm having a rough time of it. I had to turn my aftershocks on, which isn't a good sign. I didn't need them at all through Akatori Road. The scenery was the entertainment. But now I need a bit of morale boosting. Oh yeah, this is better. This is more like it. Just made it to Toko Mouth, which calls itself a beach resort. I think that is creative license, ever so slightly. But who knows? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, I guess. I promised myself a little stop when I got to the river mouth, so that's what I'm doing. I think it's time to crack into the dinosaurs. Don't eat the dinosaurs, Danny.
Don't chop the dinosaur, Daddy.
And then I will keep cracking on to Balclutha. Now that I have ridden back out to the coast again after a brief inland dogleg, it's straight down the coast, so it should be a direct tailwind all the way to Wangaloa and Kaitangata. And then from there, I follow the river to Balclutha. If you don't know New Zealand and you don't know Balclutha, then you're in for a treat, so stay tuned. I'll show you what Balclutha is all about once we get there. Because I'm unfit, it's quite nice to have a little stop like this just to rest the legs and recharge. I have done 74 kilometres in 2 hours 37, so the average speed has dropped a little bit since the trip down to Taieri Mouth. I'll just put my hand beside the Garmin for size reference, just so you can appreciate how small it is. This trip has gone quite fast. Oh, I better text my mum to let her know that I'm in the Toko Mouth Beach Resort. She'll be wondering where I am. It'll ease her anxiety. Oh, I love that green and blue contrast. What do you reckon? I'm happy again now, and I'm chewing on dinosaurs. Uh-oh, that'll slow me up. Sheepies! Hello! My knee is feeling good. I've got a tailwind. I'm fueled by lolly dinosaurs, and I'm listening to Sam Fender. Doesn't get much better than this. Travelling to Balclutha is not a bad plan B. Wow, what a party! Oh, I was just chased by a dog. Holy shit. 96k done, 3 hours and 18 minutes so far. And I feel like the road is now making the turn towards Kaitangata and Balclutha. So we're almost on the home stretch, which will likely be a headwind. Balclutha, 11k away, definitely the home stretch now. But before we get to Balclutha, I have a bit of a geographical oddity up my sleeve to show you all. I think you might like it. If you haven't picked up already, I'm quite an inquisitive person. I like to know about a lot of different things. I just like to gather knowledge and gather information and store it in my brain, even though it's very useless. So I have a fun fact coming up about an area near Balclutha, and I hope you like it. Let's go there now. This bridge is what we are after. So I don't want to alarm anyone, but by crossing that bridge, I have now actually left the South Island of New Zealand. I'm on an island now called the Clutha. Editing Ella will be sure to put some details up on the screen, but basically the Clutha River is one of New Zealand's biggest rivers, and at Balclutha it splits into two and then meets the sea about 10k later, but this creates a massive land right in the middle that's 3 kilometres wide and 10 kilometres long, that's separated from the rest of the South Island. I'm sorry if you found that fact really boring and you wanted to skip ahead. I find these things pretty cool, you know, informative and entertaining. That's how I roll. Alright, island life is over. Wouldn't mind me a detour to the cheese factory. Alright, here we are, the main drag into Balclutha. The moment you've all been waiting for. Yeehaw! Wow, Balclutha's got a new supermarket. The main street of Balclutha. Let's save this ride and go and check out the sights. Could I just get a flat white? And yes, please, happy. And with the ham and sandwiches. Alrighty, I hope you can hear me alright, but it's quite windy here and also it's a very busy place, so cars keep going past. Anyway, just to conclude my trip to Balclutha today, I guess you could say that the only real similarities between Barcelona and Balclutha are that they both start with B and they both end with A. They have fairly similar names. But apart from that, there aren't too many similarities that I can see, although I did find a Spanish-inspired restaurant when I was tootling around the town doing a bit of sightseeing called Casa Fuego. So there is a little bit of Spanish influence going on in Balclutha. Despite Balclutha not being the best destination, I've actually thoroughly enjoyed today and the trip down here. It was a really good gravel ride. It was good to actually do a long ride again because, like I said at the start of the video, I haven't ridden for over 3 hours in a good couple of months, let alone 4 hours, and I felt completely fine at the end of it, so that was really good. I'm pleased to get some solid Ks and some Ks in the legs finally, and be able to start to build my fitness from here because it's not fantastic, but it could be worse. I've always got to look at the positives. Despite this trip to Balclutha not being my first choice, I've had a great time and it's ended up being a really good plan B. So there you go. Thank you all for coming on this journey with me to Balclutha. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and